I was very disappointed with that. But after that, as you all know, right, most of the times if you do not get a job in the on-campus, it's a struggle till you get outside or, in that company, all I had to do was play the games in the phone.
Okay.
And then find the bugs. Environment, every day in the evening, we used to play Counter-Strike. So no complaints at all. My friend's package, who is having 6 years of experience, is having 6 lakhs or 7 lakhs.
Okay.
So that was like, wow, okay, Oracle DBA is not a bad thing at all. So maybe I can add.
Hey, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing extremely good. So guys, today we have one of our special guests who is called as 𝐏𝐾 Cloud Advocate, and he has vast experience in various domains, and currently he is working into one of the top product-based organization. We will learn so many things from him, how he has changed various domains, and now he is currently working with tech giants, right? So let's get started with small introduction of 𝐏𝐾. So 𝐏𝐾, I hope you are happy with this podcast, right? And please introduce yourself to our audience.
Thanks for having me, Praveen. I'm super excited to be part of this conversation with you. And I'm looking at your journey as well. It's similar to what my journey is in the terms of getting into DevOps. Coming to my experience, I started the IT career in 2008. 2007, I passed out. And since 2008 till now, huge career, multiple domains, like you said, and different companies. Have shifted a lot of companies. And then we'll talk about those, like how I shifted and why I've shifted and how I came into DevOps. So that's the overall experience I have, like Linux, DevOps, and then Oracle DBA, PHP programming, little bit of Python, shell scripting. You ask it, I have pretty much everything except some data engineering and machine learning stuff that I couldn't get hold of.
Yes, definitely. So 𝐏𝐾, let me ask you one straight question, right? So I remember that somewhere you were started your career as a mobile tester, right? Then you went into the DBA, database administration. Then you learned somewhat Linux concepts. Then you are into your current stream DevOps. So how this journey happened? Can you just brief like how much package you started with, like little bit of those things also, so that people get to know, like, okay, if we change the domain, you get the things what you want, right?
No, absolutely. So when I passed out of college, right, in year 2007, in computer science background, like everybody else, I lost an opportunity in the on-campus with Accenture. I lost it. I lost in the final round, HR round. I was very disappointed with that. But after that, as you all know, right, most of the times if you do not get a job in the on-campus, it's a struggle till you get outside or, it's a big struggle. And then I was searching for the jobs. And then I found an opportunity at Electronic Arts. Most of you are aware of EA Sports, EA Games. And they have a branch called EA Mobile, where they were trying to hire people to test the games, on the phone. Okay. So I thought, like, why to just sit at home idle or read something. I was just reading through all the books of Java and everything at that time, as a fresher. So I thought I'll just join that company. And in that company, all I had to do was play the games in the phone.
Okay.
And then find the bugs. That's all. I had, I think, 2 or 3 months. I spent my time there. It was fun environment. Every day in the evening, we used to play Counter-Strike. So no complaints at all. And, if anybody would have been in my position, they would take this opportunity. I mean, the 10,000 package it was at the time, but still had no burden. One good thing is that my family was not dependent on me, my mom and dad. So 10,000 was okay. But somewhere I was not satisfied with the work. I never felt like I'm happy, but this is not my thing. I have to join some other company. And that's how I moved to the actual company, which I put on my LinkedIn, which is a startup. And that also I got it through off campus. So they reached out to my college, and then my college sent some profiles to them. Yes. So my profile was shortlisted. Out of 300 profiles, I think they took 3 people. Okay. Unfortunately, I was one of them after the interviews.
Great.
And my intention was not to come into Oracle DBA, not to join as an Oracle DBA, but that company had DBA support and Linux support.
Okay.
And they taught us, they taught me Linux administration, Linux, and that's where I came into the system side mostly.
Okay. Okay.
And I have designed their website using PHP. You know, when you join a startup, it's like you're jack of all trades, right? You have to do multiple things. You have
Yes.
to learn multiple stuff all by yourself. So that's where I worked for 2 years, and then I've joined another company, and that's how
Great.
I came into Oracle.
I think that is a fantastic journey, GK. Right? If you would ask me, right, whether you want to play games, you have to find bugs on that application, I would love to do that. But yes, because
Yeah.
you have taken the correct decision at that time in 2007, 8, 10,000 per month is really, I think, difficult for a person to manage. Maybe you were happy with that,
Yeah.
right? But the thing in your mind, right, you have to shift to a better opportunity. You have to grab that opportunity. If, let's say, to everyone I am telling, if GK would have been happy with that position, right, he would be a tester, and probably the cases would have been different with GK's life, right? Because he has taken some certain steps there, right? What he wanted to do. That is why we are seeing GK as here, right? And that's a great feat, GK. So you have moved from your mobile testing, the games testing, to the Oracle DBA Linux side administration. Then you shifted gradually towards DevOps. So how was that journey from company 2 to company 3? That shift has happened.
Yeah. So when I moved from mobile testing to Oracle DBA, right, I think you have pointed out a very important thing. So at any point of time, you should be smart enough to understand and do a market check where you are in the current company. It doesn't matter how many years of experience you have. So I had that always in my mind. Whether I'm working in that company, does it add any value to me after 6 months down the lane? So I was thinking about it, and that's why I shifted. I've taken that opportunity and felt like, okay, this is a proper IT company now. This is where I want to work, and then learn DB or whatever. Now, as a fresher, I wanted to do the best like anybody else that they would do in a company, right? All you have to do is you have to impress your boss, do the work, and they were doing DBA support. So I got my first Oracle 10G certification at the time. And then I got a hike after that. My salary became, I guess, if I'm not wrong, 20,000 per month or something around that.
Okay.
And then now Oracle DBA was doing great during that time. 2008-9, when I spoke to people outside, they used to tell me like, GK, my package, my friend's package who is having 6 years of experience is having 6 lakhs or 7 lakhs. Okay. So that was like, wow, okay, Oracle DBA is not a bad thing at all. So maybe I can add my knowledge, or I can increase my knowledge and then do certifications more and then find another job. Yes. I'll give you a simple thing that I've done here, and most of you might not agree with me. So when I went from the first company where I have learned DBA to the second company, I went from 2 lakhs to 2.4 lakhs, just 0.4 lakhs.
Yes.
Right. And then somebody would argue like, what is the point of moving to another company without even doubling your salary?
Correct.
But my thought process at that time was that, look, I want to add more skills to my DBA, and it doesn't matter. So, and when I spoke to the person who interviewed me, I felt like he's the right mentor to me. 𝐫𝐸𝐿 Sharma, I have referenced his picture in my video, in my viral video. Yes, so I liked him a lot. So I felt like, if I join this company, this is a mid-tier company, I can add more value in the terms of administration, Oracle, MySQL. It's a Hyderabad-based company, but they have huge data, and they are supporting like your mobile recharges of BSN and all those things at that time.
Okay.
And so that's when I felt like it doesn't matter with the money. Let me add more skills, more to my DBA, and then go there.
Great.
So there I went as a DBA. Like I've said, I'm not a night person at all. I don't like to work at nights. I'm a morning person. Yes. And as many DBAs know, sometimes you have to work in the night, and then you have to do patches and do all that administration stuff. I think you can also relate to that. So that's when I felt, no, this is not going to work out. So this time around, it's more like a personal decision now.
Correct.
Right? I wanted to change. And correct. The change is because I did not like this domain anymore.
Yes.
I did not like the DBA thing anymore. And then CA Computer Associates at that time, it used to be called as Computer Associates. Now it is CA Technologies, acquired by Broadcom.
Okay.
So CA is a very good company, very good product-based company.
Okay.
And they were asking, I think 𝐵𝐸𝐿 Sharma, my mentor, they were asking him to send some profiles. So if you look at this, right, I made a good switch because of one person
Correct,
who I
correct.
felt like he's my mentor. Understanding how to do manual testing, how to write Selenium test cases, both manual and automation I have learned there. Along
Okay.
with that, I had very good time, got a lot of friends who were into SiteMinder,
Okay.
how the SiteMinder works, LDAP, and all those things.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
slowly, if you see, I was building different skills
Yes.
all through the years. And as you know, in the DevOps, these different skills matter a lot.
Yes.
As DevOps is also sort of jack of all trades in some sense.
Yes.
Uh, it will add value when you have networking experience or
Yes.
SiteMinder experience and QA experience. You can put multiple hats when you're doing certain things, right?
Yes.
And at CA, for the first time in the year 2012-13, around that time, I've heard that, okay, there is a tool called Ansible. There is a cloud service provider called AWS,
Okay.
and then different technologies. So then I was working on a platform. I was working with the US onshore guys, and I was writing my first Ansible playbook.
Okay.
And there I heard this term DevOps. And then
Okay.
I felt like whenever I'm going to move to the next company, it has to be DevOps. It should not be QA or anything else.
Yes.
And as I was researching in Naukri and other websites,
Mm-hmm.
I was telling my friends, like, look, I think this is going to be the next big thing. In 2013, I believe,
Yes.
I'm going to put my resume in this, and then
Okay.
I'll go for the next opportunity. And that's how I actually heard the term DevOps and then went into and took that step,
I
learning
think,
DevOps.
DK, what I see from your journey, right? At every point of time, you have upgraded yourself, right? And now, if you see, right, many people are there who are still stuck as DBA admins. Now they are realizing, like, okay, what is the next big thing, right? And as per our conversation, first was testing, then DBA, then DevOps. Then we don't know what else the next technology will come in. I
Right,
think you
right.
will, you will have concur on that technology also, is what I am believing. So GK, when you were at CA, right? I think your
Mhm.
package was around 6 lakhs something, right?
When I joined CA, so when I went from my second company, as I've told you, it was around 2.8
Yes,
lakhs, right?
yes,
2.4 to 2.8.
yes,
And then CA is a very good company, very good paymaster. So they
yes.
even at that time they used to offer freshers around 6 lakhs or
Okay,
5.6 lakhs, something around that.
okay.
So they had no issue giving me double the salary. So I joined CA at 5.5 lakhs or 5.6 lakhs. I did not have to like talk to HR for that. It was no brainer for them.
Great.
Experienced person having
Yes.
these many skills, and let's hire him. So
Okay.
when I left CA, my salary was about 8 lakhs, 8.5
Oh,
lakhs.
that's really good, I think. Now tell me something, like you initiated the thought process in yourself, like you want to become a
Mhm.
DevOps engineer. So
Yeah.
how you applied, what was the opportunities you were getting, how you prepared yourself as a DevOps engineer? Can you just give a brief on that?
Sure. So when I was at CA, I was telling you that I was working on Ansible, right, and other tools,
Yes.
little bit of AWS, but I knew that AWS, not to an extent of how much I know now. So I prepared my resume saying that in this project, I've worked on automating shell scripts, working on Ansible, and DevOps was the main keyword there, obviously, in the resume. And the other company where I was joining as a DevOps engineer, they were looking for DevOps engineer profiles, and that's a US based service based company. So as
Okay.
you know, most of the technologies speak mostly in US before we get it to India, right?
Yes.
And as they were looking for DevOps profiles, they found my profile in Naukri, and I went through the interview. As you know, at that time, the interviews were not that difficult
Yes.
like they are now, because Kubernetes was not prime at that time.
Yes. Yes.
The questions were mostly around what do you know about CI/CD and DevOps and all those things. Even CI/CD was not asked, so it was
Okay.
not that difficult at all to get to the interview. So I had
Correct.
to practice a little bit of Ansible, and got the interview done. And the package they offered me there was 12 lakhs.
Okay, that's really great. So you joined the fourth company, right? Which was
Yeah,
like on DevOps. So once you
right.
joined, right? How
Mhm.
you went from that company to USA, right? Can you just tell me?
Yeah,
Many of my viewers or students, right, always have a dream to go somewhere abroad, work for various organizations. Even I have the dream. Maybe in future, I will also accomplish, right? Like you. So can you just tell,
yeah.
like, how you got that opportunity?
So in the fourth company, I worked for 6 months,
Okay.
and there I have learned about provisioning tools. I have learned about the Docker containers. So I added more skills on DevOps in the fourth company.
Yes.
When I worked on, I think I also did a POC on OpenShift.
Okay.
Which I in fact worked little bit on CA, by the way. In CA, I worked little bit on OpenShift. So I added that. So one suggestion here is that when you know certain things that you're working in a company, you can work on it more outside of the company to add more stuff into that and then put it on your resume so that you are confident enough to answer those questions.
Yes.
So even, by the way, I have lost a lot of interviews as well, because when I put Ansible, there were people who were actually working on Ansible much better than me, and they were asking tough questions.
Correct.
So in the fourth company, I've learned all these things. Docker, I was doing POCs on OpenShift, and there was one provisioning tool which I totally forgot. And then AWS, I also did a lot of blue-green deployments there. POCs on that. But I did not get opportunity there. I got opportunity when I went to Verizon.
Okay, that's really great. Okay.
Yeah. So at Verizon, 2015 when I joined. So by the way, something that happened between the fourth company and Verizon was that I was in the training field at that time. Like I taught at Edureka. And then at SkillSpeed. So Edureka was my first time getting into training in DevOps, on DevOps. And they found me over Naukri and they asked me, GK, can you teach DevOps? I was like, I know only certain things of DevOps and you're giving me these many slides. I don't know how to handle these. They were nice enough and they said, don't worry about it. Just go with the flow. And I was really happy that I got very decent ratings out of 5. Like majority, 90% liked my course, the way I was teaching. And that helped me to add more skills, more into my DevOps, because when you teach, as you know, right, you're doing YouTube also. When you are preparing a video, you go through a lot to make sure that the people are able to understand things.
Correct.
So that was I think if I have to give anybody an advice, so that's the main thing. If you teach someone, you'll gain more knowledge. And that's how I've gained more knowledge in DevOps. And that helped me to get into Verizon.
That's really
because even before people were asking me questions, I used to give them the answers. Like they were asking me questions about, okay, I have a service now. I want to move that service from dev to prod, how to containerize that and all those things. And then Docker was getting into my mind. It was easy at the time.
Correct.
I had a bunch of offers, but I took Verizon because Verizon is obviously Fortune less than 100 company. And so there I was going through the digital transformation. Whole company is going through that, migrating to cloud. I was doing a lot of POCs there, helping a lot of people to understand what is DevOps. I've done multiple sessions. And then there was a vacuum in US at that time. So they needed people to come to US and help customers in Verizon to migrate to AWS.
Yes.
And then design solutions on AWS.
And that's how your opportunity.
Yeah. So that's how I've got an opportunity. That was an intra-company transfer, not on H1 or anything. So yeah.
That's really great. So GK, what was the package, right? Because some of the people will have doubt. What you have in India, do they give that only in the USA also, or they pay better because they match your package with the dollars, what we call?
Yes. So it's a very good question. So it depends from company to company. Like, for example, if you are going on, like if you're working for a service-based company, let's say Deloitte. Deloitte is a very good company. Deloitte or TCS or Wipro. So when they are giving you an opportunity to work in US, so they send you to a client side, right? And they send you on H1.
Yes.
So when you're going on H1, the problem with service-based companies is that they will offer you less when compared to a prod-based company.
Yes.
Like, for example, let's say you're making here 45 lakhs or 50 lakhs. When you're going to US to certain location in California or somewhere, you have to be paid at least the base pay should be around 130 to 140, And now to impress these clients, maybe the service-based companies might offer you 100 or 110K, right? Or they might have to take some cut out of it. We don't know what is the transaction between the service provider and the client. Who you're going to actually work for. So that's where I think most of the guys will get less pay when you're going on H1.
Yes.
But when it is happening at a prod-based level, let's say Amazon is sending you or Google is sending you or even Verizon or anybody sending you, if it is an intra-company transfer, then they will definitely match with the band of an employee who is working there. They'll not say like, okay, he's getting 40 lakhs. I have to pay him or do a purchase parity on all that stuff and then give him maybe 80 lakhs or something, 90 lakhs. It doesn't work like that. So based on the band, they'll offer you competitive salary on par with the employees in US.
Okay. And what was your salary at that time, like on that particular time period, right?
In US?
Yes, yes.
My base when I joined first time was 130.
Okay.
Approximately.
That's good thing, like, right?
Yeah.
And being a product based
in that state.
Yes.
Yes.
And after that, you will get some RSU stocks and everything. So what was the total composition they were offering you, GK, at that time?
Yeah. So that's the approximate amount. You're right. That's an approximate amount. And I was making close to 180, 185.
So yes, guys, I hope you have liked the journey of GK. I think whatever the individual has to do, that has been done by GK. Well, I will just point out what I have learned from this particular 20-minute session with very much experienced person, right? I'm calling at GK. I should ideally call him a sir because he is very much experienced than us, right? And you can see like he didn't like some point of time his work. He changed the domain. He had got good mentors. Because of them, he's here now. He got good set of friends, right? Because of those friends only, he is in front of us. And at particular point of time, because of his hard work and the willpower to teach to the students, he learned so many new things. And again, he also implemented those skills on himself. And he has achieved so much big things now. So GK, I really thank you so much for coming onto my channel, because your journey is truly an inspiration, right? From nowhere to somewhere you have reached in the life, and that's what I believe. So before concluding, anything you wanted to tell to the people, what do you think, at one-liner word, what do you think?
Yeah, thank you for having me, Praveen. I like your energy and the way you're speaking.
Okay.
I just
that's really good, GK. I think you will be an inspiration to many. And guys, before going away from this,
I would like to add one thing. Praveen,
yes,
is it okay?
Go ahead, GK. Always welcome. Yes.
No, I was saying that if I have to add one line or if I have to give one advice to people, all I would say is that like I have posted in one of my recent Instagram thing, don't think too much. If you want to just learn something, just learn. If it, like I've said, it's okay to fail in life. Many people fail. If you want to learn data engineering, just learn data engineering. There are awesome YouTubers who have reached 1 million and they are teaching finance from mechanical background. So it's not like you cannot learn anything in this world. Just learn. Don't think too much. Just give some time and then put it on your resume. I'm sure you're going to rock DevOps or any technology for that matter.
That's really great advice or suggestion, what I call, GK. And guys, don't leave this video, right? I would like to let you all know, in the description I will be giving GK's LinkedIn, as well as he's a famous YouTuber, which I was supposed to tell you in front, right? He has 1.4 lakh subscribers in his YouTube channel, where he teaches AWS, cloud, Azure, everything, guys. So just check out his channel and do subscribe and give a like to this video. I will be bringing so much more good podcasts, right, in the coming days. And thank you all. And this is SINGAM signing off from this video. And thank you, GK, again for coming on to my.
Thanks, Praveen. Thanks for having me. Pleasure is mine.
Yes.